in toward the equator. Shouldn't they be collapsing toward the equator? After all, they say we have a 14-mile-high equatorial bulge and that the poles are flattening. This is rock, dirt, mud, water, all moving or has moved to the equator and is now sustained. So why do you think it's sustained, P-brane? Well, because your model says, at least according to Wikipedia, that when the Earth rotated faster, the bulge was bigger. And it says that the two are inextricably linked, the size of the bulge and the rotational speed. Okay, so here you have this sinkhole. Why isn't it collapsing toward the south? In the northern hemisphere, all holes should collapse toward the equator, and opposite in the southern hemisphere, they should all collapse toward the north, which is toward the equator, right? So, as per Newton's law, an object in motion will stay in motion at a constant speed and in a straight line. So, everything's going to want to move in a great circle. I talked about this in my last video. And a great circle is the largest circle you can draw on a sphere. It bisects the ball. When it's on a sphere, it bisects the sphere. And the center of a great circle shares the center of the sphere. So, it always essentially orbits around, and all great circles will collide with the equator. They all intersect each other. Great circles would be an example of that is the longitude lines on the Earth that they draw. They all intersect each other. And the equator as far as latitude lines. The equator is the only latitude line that's a great circle. All the other latitude lines are called small circles. Okay? And they don't necessarily intersect each other. They can. You can draw small circles all day on a ball. And some of them you can have intersect, but as a rule, all great circles intersect each other because they all bisect the ball. All right, I just wanted to get that out of the way. So, as I said in the last videos too, everything would move to the equator. Not just rock, dirt, and mud and water, but the clouds and the air particles. Everything would move to the equator and look like this. Okay, so again, just a quick video. This is a small proof, but this is a huge proof. You know, so if the Earth is currently sustaining a 14-mile high bulge, well, it's holding it out, meaning if we weren't rotating, then the Earth would be a perfect sphere. But since we're rotating, it's oblate, says Neil deGrasse. All right, so oblate means the stomach, you know, the equator has stretched out. Of course, this is all ridiculous. It's all fictitious. We see none of this. Not only would everything move to the equator, the clouds, the water, air particles, every body of water would have water pushing up or slamming up against its southern shoreline as all the water would head toward the equator. We don't witness this. Nowhere does this exist. We see water like this, calm as glass, like mirrors when the wind's not blowing. I mean, I know this was cooked up in some Marxist university, right? They cooked up this whole science thing as besides trying to destroy the Bible, it's also busy work and money making, right? Because when you move away from an agricultural economy where your work is to feed yourself, these people come in there and their work is to make money. It's a love of money that creates the whole cityscape, the city environment, moving people into the city because then you have people that control the city, they control the food and everything, as opposed to people being agricultural. Well, I'm getting off topic here. Then you have freedom, you have people sustaining themselves. But the universities, all this whole system was built in the Marxist cities. It's all fake. It's all busy work. It's all just to make money. This is not real. The Earth's not rotating. Nothing is moving toward the equator. This is all fake. And again, this water, all of this dirt and ground would collapse. As soon as you're trying to dig it, it would collapse toward the equator. It's not happening. We see lakes and ponds like glass when the wind's not blowing. So that's it. Newton, you did it again.